The town of Cabbage Tree Island was devastated by floods earlier this year. The Indigenous community left all but uninhabitable. Sewage, mud, mould everywhere and through everything. Soon after the floods, community leaders called for action and support. They say those calls fell on deaf ears. They begged for help finding accommodation in the wake of the floods, but feel they were cast aside. And now they say they need to speak out on what's happening in their hometown. Dion Anderson is the principal of Cabbage Tree Island Public School. The school was decimated in last month's floods and will take at least 12 months to rebuild. A temporary school was set up in Ballina for the students, but even that had to close this week because of the latest floods. Dion Anderson joins us now. Welcome to Weekend Breakfast.
Jingiwala, good morning.
How are you feeling right now?
Oh, just looking at that footage again is just so distressing, without even thinking about what our community, what our children are continuing to deal with. It has been a really tough week. It's been a tough month. And I was talking with a number of our community members yesterday and staff, and it just seems as though there's so much more that still has to be done. And we've got to be talking to the right people. It's just horrible looking at that footage. And, you know, I just know we've got community members who are in a whole range of different locations. As you can see, we're used to being together. We're spread out all over Ballina, and certainly that's having a huge impact just in regards to the support that we need to have, those family supports. And it's just distressing times. I've got community who are in little motorhomes with children, and we've got children who are used to running in a beautiful location such as Cabbage Tree Island. To be stuck in little motorhomes it is not the ideal situation, and we've got family members who are used to being close, spread out all over. So that family support structure can't be accessed. That is a strength of our community. So it's very disturbing, and I'm very concerned when I hear from even my staff members who in a week's time, there's no accommodation available within Ballina over the next few weeks. We've got school holidays coming up at the end of the week, and some of our community members are being shifted up to Tweed Heads to Brisbane. So we're even further away from those family supports that are really essential that we have in place at this really difficult time right now.
There's also a really tough conversation right now about whether people that are in areas that have faced this horrendous flooding go back to where they lived, or whether in fact they relocate. This is of course exacerbated for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people that have a different type of connection to the land of the country. Is there a sense of what might happen for your community?
Look, I'm not too certain in regards to that, and it's different for different people. So, you know, that's a conversation, a bigger conversation that Jarlee Land Council is determining with community. So, you know, I know that people are just really distressed at the moment. We've just gone through another trauma of flood, of unknown, of community, not sure how far the waters were going to come. It's just been stressful overall, and of course that's not a positive experience, and people are thinking about where they want to be further down the track. But I know that there are some important plans that community are a part of in regards to determining what that future needs to look like for Cabbage Tree Island. And I know that our school is definitely going to be rebuilt on Cabbage Tree Island. There is no doubt that the heart and hub of our community is our school, and we're not going anywhere.
And look, just finally and briefly, what do you need right now?
Well, I just know that our community are quite distressed in where they're being located, and the uncertainty, the fact that we need to come together. There needs to be a great deal more thought around how that can be coordinated. I just know that our families continue to need vouchers, money for food, for clothing, for some of those essentials. There has been a great outpouring of generosity, and I just know that people have been willing to offer up so much for our community. But we're talking long term, so some of what the needs are now will look very different in 6 months to 12 months. So it's a journey we're all on that we need to walk together. And I just want to make sure that no one forgets about Cabbage Tree Island.
And we will certainly stay in touch with you and get a sense of the community there.